Let's start about talking 5G, 5G SA, standalone, and the deployments and where we are right now. You've seen these slides already from Henry, so it's positive. At least we try to move the trend of the ARPU going down to move it a little bit up. So there is a good sign from a few countries, not all of them, these are only a few countries, that 5G has brought at least a positive impact on the ARPU. Some are really positive, some is actually decreasing the negative ARPU decline. But we have at least, we wait to see how it's going, but that's why we want to see what is 5G bringing, what is the impact on the monetizations, and what will be the success of 5G. Here, I just want to give you a little bit more detail on where we are between the distributions across the different years of deployment of standalone and non-standalone, and also the markets. So if you look at the operators on one side, you see that there is quite still the percentage is much higher on non-standalone and a little bit lower on the standalone. The standalone is going slowly up. That is the question we want to ask ourselves. Are we successful? How it go to increase that deployment of the red, so the standalone? Because that's what we need to go in order to be successful, and also then to move forward to the next generation, and to have also the 5G Advanced. So we need to actually go through that deployment. The other part is, what is that most of the investment of the network is going at the moment? You see over there that mostly the top one, the red one, is the ranking #1 from the survey that we did, and the black one is the rank #2. You see there the percentage is much higher, on the ranking #1 on the standalone 5G RAN. So that gives you already an indication why there's a very slow deployment of standalone, because it's seen as quite costly, but there's also the other aspects is that there's also not too much monetization yet on a 5G. So that's why, particularly in enterprise, as Henry said at the beginning, we see that we are not there where we want to be to have this with the enterprise. So this is now just giving an indication of the 5G deployments and the timing. So who has already begun the deployment? Who will think will have it in 1 year, 2 years, or has no plans? So it's growing a little bit, but the increase is not too much. In 1 year, we will have 31%. So it's not huge, but we hope to speed it up. Let's see that is. And that's also where we're going to have the conversation later on of what we need to do and what are the steps that we need to speed it up and to monetize better the 5G. The first session, as you heard, is one way. So that is very important because that is leveraging on how we can provide this capability to the enterprise in a much simpler way so that they can also develop much faster services. So this one is basically all I want to say, but I have also here a QR code for you. So we really are interested to hear from you. What is your perspective? So we have a community in GSMA, which we call it the 5G community. You can, if you have the QR code, you can actually kind of subscribe. We keep you all updated on events of like this one, but also of discussion or the developer community. So we keep you up to date with what's happening in the industry.